Good morning, team. Thank you for joining me for our little start the day huddle. I want to thank you all for joining me and participating in my YouTube experiments along with me. It's been a pleasure to have you all. Today, we are talking about customer service and what it is. So before I get started, just a little housekeeping. I am not monetized in any way. I have no ad revenue, no channel merchandise, no sponsorship, no channel memberships at of any kind. So any support you give to the channel is greatly appreciated with interaction. So like if you like it, share if you think someone else can benefit. Share, subscribe if you want to see more, and leave a comment. So the cool thing about the new customer service series is I also created a Reddit or subreddit r/cs nightmares. So feel free to send me any customer service stories, whether you are the professional who had a nightmare customer or you were the customer with a nightmare experience from a company or just a bad situation. So I am looking to potentially read these on YouTube. So send me your stories. You can also send them to the email address in the description. So before I start rambling, let's just go ahead and move on to the content. So what is customer service? We all think we know what customer service is. We can't always define it, but we usually know when we don't get it. We also know when we are doing our best to provide customer service, even when the customer does not understand or perceive our efforts. So this is a two-sided coin, yin and yang, if you will. There are always multiple perspectives in any interaction. So what customer service is not, customer service is not omniscient. Your service rep doesn't know everything or have every possible contingency or answer at their fingertips. They usually have company approved information they're allowed to share. They can't just pull it out of the air like magic if they don't know the answer. So sometimes we have to be patient in allowing our customer service representative to get that information for us. And that may even mean follow-up. Customer service is not a magic wand or a crystal ball. It is quite simply not your customer service rep cannot make everything happen in an instant. There are processes, procedures, rules, and even system accesses that they may need. They are there to help. They are there to be a liaison to the next step or the next person or department that can solve the issue if they cannot. They're not perfect. They're not infallible. Customer service is not 100% guaranteed your absolute be all end all result of your choice. Sometimes we just can't make it happen the way you would like it to. And as a customer service professional myself, I will tell you that is as frustrating for us as it is for the customer. We take a customer service job because we want to help people. We want to make your day better. At least most of us. There are always exceptions. But whether we were personally, emotionally invested or not, it is our job. We are there to help you. Whether you are yelling at us, whether you are frustrated, we are there to help you. It is our job. However, what we are not, customer service is not your personal servant. We are there to help. We are there to help you navigate whatever system, process, data, whatever we can within our scope. However, we're not your slaves. We are not there to break all the rules just because you want something. We are there to do our best to resolve your concerns, but we do have limits. And not just our personal boundaries, but to recap a little, we have policies, procedures, regulatory compliance issues. We have system access. We have things that are outside our scope. So I know there's an old saying about it's not my job, that no one should ever say it's not my job. Well, that's true. We shouldn't just flat out say not my department and pass you off to someone else. However, there are times when the first person you speak with literally cannot resolve your concern. We do have to pass it off. So that's where ownership takes place or becomes super important, because we may not be able to personally resolve your issue. However, we can take ownership of getting the issue to the person or department that is best equipped to resolve it. And so by that, I mean, well, here's an example. If you're calling a call center for, let's say, your bank, and the call center rep takes your call, they verify your account, they confirm you're you, they get some basic information, and you're having trouble with, let's say it's a fraud situation. Somebody used your card without your permission. Well, that frontline customer service rep may not be able to place the fraud hold and refund your money, but they can take ownership of getting it to the team or person who can do that. They can take ownership. Thank you for providing that information. I am so sorry, little empathy there, that this has happened. I am happy to get this to the team that handles this. I need just a few more details, and then I will get you to the right department. Now, yes, some people may still feel like they're being passed off. And no, maybe that person can't address that particular issue. It's not personal. They're not trying to dismiss you and just pass you on to someone else. They're following the rules. They are adhering to the guidelines that have been set for them. And that is actually better service than sitting there bumbling, trying to figure out something that is completely outside their wheelhouse. So I like to use the example. It's not really apples to apples. It's, apples to bananas. It's still comparing fruits. But let's say your car breaks down and you're not sure what the issue is. You may take it to your general mechanic and he might refer you to a transmission specialist if the transmission is the issue. He might refer you to the brake specialist. They will know how to best direct the car. Yes, you might know that, oh, my brakes failed, and then you can take it to the brake shop. Or you might know that the car just won't start and you don't know why. Is it the battery? Is it the starter? Is it an ignition wire? You probably don't know. You might know. I mean, some of us can figure it out sometimes, but not everybody's their own mechanic. So what do? You take it to the mechanic. The mechanic will determine what best action to take or where to refer it. Is he going to refer it to the transmission specialist? Is he going to refer it to someone else? Is he going to refer you back to the dealership? Or can he just switch out the starter for you in half an hour? No big deal. So customer service is not your personal servant in that you are not their only customer. They should treat you like you're the only customer. We should all treat one another like the most important person in the world is the one we're speaking to at that moment. Absolutely, we need to make priority of the person in front of us. However, that does not mean that your customer service rep can and will do everything that you want them to. Another example would be you're calling for assistance with making an update on your account. Maybe the program is signed up where you have a dashboard where you can personally go in and make those changes. Now, the customer service rep might go out of their way to make changes for you. However, if it's a self-sustaining product or a self-managed product, meaning you, the customer, are responsible for maintaining your information and keeping the updates, they're likely to give you help logging in and giving you instructions on how to make those updates. Making those updates for you is quite often an above and beyond action. Not always true. There are some businesses, product services where it is required that the service rep make the updates on your behalf. There are also some where they don't want that liability. And so they will refer you to do it for yourself if possible, and will make changes if you cannot. Let's say you're driving or you are somewhere where you don't have a good internet connection. Often you can request, but demanding that they do everything for you and treating them like it is their job to cater to your every whim, that also is not appropriate. They are there to help, but they are not your personal servant. Which brings me to, when you do ask for their help, it's probably a good idea to listen. They're the expert. They've dealt with your issue in many cases 1,000 times over. Sometimes they might be new to their company and still learning the ropes. But either way, they have rules to follow, regulations to follow, and simply cannot spend 2 hours of their day doing every little thing you might be able to do for yourself. That leads to higher call volumes, longer wait times, and poor customer service on other levels. So just keep that in mind. The other thing customer service is not is your verbal punching bag. Customer service is not an outlet for your anger at someone or something else. If you're having a bad day and you have an issue you have to call customer service for, absolutely. That is their job. They're there to help you with that issue. And if that issue helps you take one more thing off your checklist and ease up your stress level a little bit, by all means, we are happy to take that pressure off of you and help you. But if you're mad at your partner, frustrated with your kids, mad at another company, it is not appropriate to take that out on the customer service representative that you are speaking with at that time. Yes, you might be mad. You might be frustrated. We as customer service can understand that. We get mad. We get frustrated. We sometimes have terrible experiences with our customers because we've been yelled at for the 15th time today. And when you add to that, that takes away from the service we can provide you, not just because of our emotional connection, because the truth is, we're humans. We are human beings with feelings and emotions and stress levels of our own. And we're there to do our job. And we want to be the best at our job we can be. But if we're having to navigate your anger from another situation, that takes away from our ability to help you with the reason you called us. We are happy to help you update that email address, find your billing statements, update your marketing, whatever it is. We want to solve that problem for you and get you on with your day. but we're not there to take abuse. And if you're going to call us names, yell at us, tell us we're incompetent because we can't or won't meet your every little expectation, it makes it harder for us to get the information we need to fix your issue. If you're yelling at us about why isn't this fixed, this should have been done 3 days ago, and we still don't have your account pulled up, there's nothing we can do until we get your account pulled up. So please have patience and don't abuse your customer service rep. They have feelings and they can do their job better if you're not taking anger out on them that you have for something else. Now, if you're mad at the company that you're calling, by all means, tell them why you're frustrated. Tell them why this is such an urgent issue for you. And a professional customer service rep will give you empathy and help you navigate how to best resolve that issue within their power. So, do you think it's okay for customers to insult or yell at a customer service person? Why or why not? Where do you find the line between providing good service and being abused? So now let's talk about what customer service is. Personality versus action. If you walk into a retail store and you're greeted by the cashier, "Hey, good morning. Let me know if you need anything." "Hi, welcome to our store." That's all wonderful. But how far does that go to actual service if that person just ignores you the rest of the time they're in the store? What about if they don't greet you the second you walk in, but they give you a couple of minutes to browse, look around, and then they approach you and offer assistance? "Hey, thank you for your patience. Is there anything I can help you with? Is there anything I can help you find? What are you looking for today?" Customer service is, in my opinion, it's a balance. It is not just the courtesy and ownership and the soft skills. It is also taking action. Taking action without the courtesy is still service. It's just invisible service. Well, not invisible. If you're in person in a retail setting, it's not invisible. But if you're on the phone, it is invisible. And I used to coach my reps on this. The customer doesn't see what you're doing. They only know what you say out loud to them. In terms of phone service, the customer doesn't know that you've pulled up their account unless you say so. They don't see that you've already checked their dashboard to see if the update took. They don't see that you've pulled up another page of information to search for a detail for them. They don't know any of that. They only know what you say out loud. And so from the customer side of things, try to keep that in mind, that your service representative may be doing things behind the scenes that you can't see, that you don't know that they're doing. Maybe they did already pull up your billing statement and they're ready to scan for that charge you want an explanation on. Maybe they've already made the change you've asked for or started a ticket to route your request to the appropriate department that can dig a little deeper and find the root cause or address the technical issue. So it doesn't necessarily mean they're being rude or dismissive of you. Sometimes it just means they're taking actions that you cannot see. So I did a little thought experiment, and I plugged into ChatGPT what are 5 bullet points to define what customer service is. And here's what ChatGPT said. Actively listening to understand the customer's needs and concerns. Providing accurate, timely, and helpful solutions. Communicating clearly, politely, and professionally. Taking ownership of the issues until they are resolved. Building trust and positive relationships through consistent support. Now, from a QA standpoint, I agree with all of this. These are things that we looked for. And I can't talk about the exact QA program we used, but I can provide some generalities like this, and I do agree. Now, my friend Tim posted in the comments a while back. Let's see if I can find what. Yes, so what my friend Tim says is customer service can be broken down into 3 pillars. His philosophy is be pleasant, efficient, and accurate. And that also is an approach I agree with and aligns very well with the breakdown of the AI overview. What does it mean to be pleasant? Well, that means not using a dismissive tone with the customer. So one thing I used to coach on a lot is on tone. Welcome to my company. How can I help you today? Is very different from welcome to the company. How can I help you? Do you hear the difference? So the right words are not always enough. It is very much about your energy and, dare I say, vibes. It is a lot in your demeanor. Are you energetic? Are you enthusiastic? Are you sincere? That is all part of customer service, whether we like it or not. Now, I know some people will say that millennials and Gen Zs don't care about any of that. And to some degree, there might be some truth there, but I know they don't want to be dismissed. They may not care if you're asking about their day or talking about the weather, but I know they still don't want to be brushed off to the back burner. These youngins, they want results and they want it now. Is that reasonable? Sometimes. Is it realistic? Maybe. Are there times where it's not? Absolutely. And that's where ownership comes in. I apologize. I'm not able to do that for you just now. Our system is down. However, as soon as it comes back up, I will get that update made for you. I can't, I don't have access to that part of the system. I will be happy to get this to the team who does. I know that this is important to you, and therefore it is important to me. I want to get this taken care of for you. To do that, I need to get this to a team that specializes in XYZ. They have access to tools and systems that I don't. They've been educated and informed in aspects of this that go a little deeper than what I can. I'm sorry this doesn't work the way you and I would like it to. I know this doesn't happen as quickly as we want it. I can ensure that we will do our best to get this taken care of in as timely of a manner as possible. So I do believe ownership is huge. Building trust. Another thing that I coach too is we had a category for building rapport. Now, rapport is building trust, building that relationship throughout the interaction and or the entire follow through on the process of whatever it is that you're resolving for the customer. So what I tell people is you're not just building a relationship with the customer for the duration of that call. You are building a long-term relationship between that customer and the company. So building trust, mutual respect, honesty, transparency, those are all part of that. The same things we would apply to a personal relationship, right? If you want to maintain a healthy long-term relationship with your siblings or your romantic partner, it all starts with trust and transparency and making a genuine connection. And so towards building that long-term relationship, every interaction counts. So I've been with my partner for, I don't want to age myself, but okay, for 30 years. Would we still be together if there was never any mutual respect or trust or empathy? Probably not. Most of us don't want to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't treat us right. Well, the same is true with customer service. As a service professional, we want to treat our relationship partner, i.e., the customer, right. As the customer, we want to treat our relationship partner, i.e., the company, and in more direct terms, that service rep who's facilitating at the moment, with respect as well. Customers can break down the relationship. Service reps can break down the relationship. Bad management can break down the relationship. So we've all heard hashtag not relationship advice. We've all heard the saying, it takes two to make it work. And when I was younger, I would always hear it takes two to make it work and it takes two to make it fail. Not true. Whether it's a personal relationship or a business relationship, maybe it is a little relationship advice, not infallible. Hashtag not relationship advice. It takes two to make it work, but it only takes one to make it break down. One party can make the entire relationship fail simply by lack of trust, lack of respect, and lack of communication. Two make it work. One all by themselves can wreck the entire situation. So that is where we're going to stop on today's topic of customer service. We will pick up next time. Yep, you hear Fig in the background looking for attention. So like, subscribe, share. Leave me your comments, leave me your stories, and I will see you next time. Stay blessed, stay connected. And yes, my cat's moving the computer around. Have a great day.